Hi, this is Lauren from Girly Knits, and today I'm going to teach you about cables. So cables are awesome and they're beautiful and they look complicated, but they're really not. They're pretty easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So a cable is like on this dress here, it's like twisting stitches to make this beautiful braided pattern. You know, you can actually do braids with cables, which is really cool. They're a little more complex. This is a very simple cable that I'm going to show you. But once you learn the basic technique, you can apply it to all sorts of cables. It's just a matter of switching position of your stitches, and in each pattern it will tell you exactly like where you're putting your stitches and what you're supposed to do with them, whether you knit or purl or whatever. So I'll teach you the basics, and when you learn it, you can make this cowl neck scarf. This is one of my designs. It's called Chic Cowl, and you can see there's some cables in there, and this is exactly what we'll be learning to do. So by the end of this tutorial, you can go onto my site, girlyknits.com. You can go to my patterns page and you'll find this, the Chic Cowl, and with a couple clicks you can download it for free and you can make this, and it's very trendy right now and cool. It's like a scarf, but it's in the round and it's little, and you know, it's warm and it's cute. And I use this yarn called Boutique Changes that actually changes yarns within the skein, so it goes from fuzzy to sparkly to normal. But anyway, each color is different textures within the same color, so there's like purple and teal. I love the yarn. It's quite wonderful, and it works really well for this, but other people have made it without using a changing yarn because it is just a cute little cowl neck scarf. But once you master cables, you can make this. So here we go. Alright, so here we are ready to cable. There's usually a purl stitch on either side of the cable to make it stand out more. So I'm just going to go ahead and purl that stitch. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cabling over the next 6 stitches. And essentially what we're doing is switching places of the stitches. So the first 3 are going to trade places with the last 3, and that's going to create this twist, which creates the cable. And you can see I already did a row of that down here, so when I do this cable you can see that cable pattern that we're all so familiar with. So we're going to use a cable needle to assist us with this, and really you can just use like a stitch holder, cable needle, double pointed needle, really just anything to hold the stitches. So I'm using a portion of my circular needle set. Why not? So we're just going to slip the first 3 stitches onto the holder, and then your pattern is going to tell you whether to hold these stitches to the front or to the back. So we're going to hold them to the front, and then we're just going to knit the next 3 stitches off of our left-hand needle, like so. And then when we knit those 3, we're going to slide these 3 on the holder back onto our left-hand needle. And then we're just going to knit them. And so what we did was we just switched the places, which created a twist. And then we're just going to purl and take a look at the cable we've created. So you can see that it creates that little twisting pattern. And you just keep repeating that twist about, you know, every 4 rows or 6 rows, depending on the size of the cable. If you want to do it without a cable needle, once you feel a little more comfortable, or if there's fewer stitches, like in this case where there's 4 instead of 6, you don't need a cable needle. You can kind of wing it as long as you're comfortable with not losing your stitches. You can do it. So how we would do that is we would slip these 4 stitches onto our other needle, and then we would grab these 2 and then just kind of pull them off and then slide these guys back on. So we're just trading places of the stitches. And now we can go to knit them, and they are twisted. So we did the exact same thing, we just weren't using the cable needle. So I just encourage you to use the cable needle at first, and then once you get a little more comfortable and you understand what you're doing, then you don't need to use it. So there you go, that's cables.